Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who felt pretty close to you and wanted to spend time with you, but struggled to accept the idea of things being in a committed or exclusive state. So this could be someone who's played games or someone who has tried to push you away, but then also wanted you to come back around. This is someone who wants to be around you and wants to have access to you, but they felt like they weren't ready for a commitment. But now that they've pushed you away, or now that there's been a no contact reality for the two of you, I feel like they're starting to realize how bad it was that they were afraid of that commitment level, because they might have actually lost you now. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Excuse me. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member and how to find my candles on Etsy. Let's dive in. I think we will start with the Morgan Greer. All right, what else do we have? Happy Friday. Hey, what's up? Dracula's still awake, huh? Hope you're having a good one. What was that? So we've got the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone who feels like they've been carrying this weight. They thought it was just going to be a little hiccup or a quick frustrating situation that would be resolved by getting distracted by someone else. But now this is someone who's realizing that there are emotions here. So we have the King of Swords and the Ten of Cups. I feel like this is someone who's kind of being observed by a close friend or family member. With that Ten of Cups, it feels like we have someone who's trying to go about their business, do things the way they normally would, but someone who's close to them can pick up on the change in their energy. Five of Cups, Six of Swords in the reverse. It seems like you're just going through the motions, or it seems like you're trying to make it look like you're fine or you're unbothered, but I can tell that you're acting differently. Hello. YouTube maid. Hello, Mara. How you doing? Lovers in the reverse and the Star. So they see you as the Star. This is someone who wishes that they had chosen you, but they made it more difficult than it needed to be. Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, Three of Swords in the reverse. They feel like you're looking as unbothered as they wish they were. They feel like you're taking care of yourself, that you're focusing on the goals or pursuits that are important to you and not getting caught up on this breakup or distance. They feel like what was initially supposed to kind of keep you at a distance or like get you to stop asking if they could be in a relationship with you, I feel like now they're realizing what the actual outcome of those actions or comments, the outcome is, now you don't love me anymore. Now you don't have an interest in me. Now you feel like I just play games. So this is feeling to me like one of those readings where someone who played games or was trying to be manipulative is now suffering from their own manipulations. Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups. I'm hearing the song from Grease, You're the One That I Want. So apparently they have learned what distance makes the heart grow fonder is all about, while witnessing that you're over here with the Six of Wands, taking care of yourself, not really too upset about the situation with them ending. Maybe because you look at it as, you know, if you accept the way things go instead of trying to fight them, it makes things a little bit easier, right? Hello? How do I say that? Doing Islam? I said that wrong. I put the L after the S. I'm not sure if I can say that. Can I say Dumel? Hello, Benny. How are you doing? This is a general reading. I do personal questions after that at about 30 to 35 minutes in, with priority to those who tip or donate. You can also donate memberships. Hello, Asavan. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did. Happy Friday, everyone. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. You don't know what you got till it's gone, I guess. So this is someone who's come through as the King of Swords, and they're seeing you as the Queen of Swords. If you're going to have a set, like a king and a queen, that represents X's, it would be the King and Queen of Swords. So they're still looking towards you. They're still watching you, perhaps on social media. But it looks like to them, their perception is you're like, no, it's okay. We're in no contact. I mean, it's not how I wanted it to go, but I don't feel the need to be like moping about it. Okay. I will call you Sam. That's a little easier for me to pronounce. So we've got Page of Cups in the reverse and another Nine of Cups. I don't know, man. I'm sorry if this is a little repetitive for y'all, because we've definitely had a few readings like this in the past. But now we have someone who's crying. Now we have somebody who's wishing they'd done things differently. We have somebody who's thinking about how you treated them, what you said, how you made them feel. When I would babysit, I remember like small children being kind of easy to distract from, like boo-boos, if you will, wounds, if they'd like, you know, fallen and scratched up their knee. It's when they see the blood that the problem really starts, right? So if you can distract a kid, or I mean, honestly, I've even done this with an adult. When I was a manager, I had somebody get injured on the shift, and I knew that they were the type of person that would fixate on details. So in order to distract them from the pain, I was asking them detailed questions. This is someone who felt like they would be able to distract themselves. They would be able to fixate on something else and not worry about the connection with you, or not wonder what would have been if they had done right by it. But they were wrong. They were wrong. Now it's like anytime they try to consider dating somebody else, it's that person gets compared to you. I don't think it goes so well for those other folks, because there's this King of Swords is looking at you as the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. And yet they also seem to be aware that with the Five of Cups in the reverse, you're not heartbroken. You're not like, boo-hoo, are you ever going to call me? No, that, at least if this is your reading, the energy from this Queen of Cups is, that sucks, but like it happens, you know? If you're not interested, or if you're not able to approach the relationship the right way, then like that's just how it is, right? Hey, Lemonade, how you doing? It is both a cat and a unicorn. Oh, I think I said or. Yes, it is a cat on a unicorn. Why? Is that unusual? Does your cat not get on a unicorn? We've got the Eight of Swords, And the High Priestess. They feel like you're the High Priestess. They feel like now they don't know you. Now they don't know what you're up to. I'm hearing Gautier, somebody that I used to know. This is heartbreak. This is somebody who's looking at the situation like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be great. I don't need you. I don't want a commitment. Then they start doing, you know, the normal routine, and little things remind them of you. Or a funny meme makes them wish that they could send it to you because you're the one who would get it better than anybody else. They're frustrated because these little things that indicate they might have actually fallen in love with you, they're starting to become visible to others. And yet for you, most people are like, oh, okay, looks like you're over it. So this friend asks them, you know, like, hey, what's going on here? It kind of looks like maybe you're not doing so great. How come you don't seem to be interested in hanging out? How come you don't want to go out to the bars? How come you don't want to go to parties? I invite you to things, and then you're like, nah, I don't feel like it. 3 cups in the reverse. So we have a friend who's saying, look, I know you, and you're acting weird, and I'd like a reason why. Like, what's going on? Why aren't you partying? Why aren't you coming out? Why aren't you hanging out with anybody? Why are you keeping to yourself? You look like you're sad. What are you sad about? Is it because there's too long of a wait for your next video game release? Is it because you went to the store and they didn't have Crocs in your favorite color? That's not really the questions they're asking, okay, you guys? But we've got somebody here who's like, what's the deal? Normally you are just fine, and now you're over here like not hanging out with anybody else and ignoring me. So what's up? Are they going to tell the truth? You think they're going to tell them? What else? Hello, Blender. How are you doing? Yeah, no spamming. All right. What else about this one? Another Page of Cups. No, King of Cups in the reverse. Do we have that? Yeah, it was up here. King of Cups in the reverse. This is like an escalation of the heartbreak. Four of Swords. I feel like this friend is saying, hey, I don't know why you're looking so like beat up over this. You know that the Queen of Swords is like dating new people and like looking like they don't care, right? I think this is the exact wrong thing for somebody to say, probably because this isn't really a great friend. But this Three of Pentacles, the friend, comes over and is like, I don't know what to do. I can't get you to leave the house. I'm trying to go to a party. I want to go check out that new movie or, you know, whatever. And you won't do anything. What's going on? And then it's like, oh, by the way, your ex is just fine. So, like, why aren't you? That person that you were, you know, seeing for a little bit, they're out and about. You realize you're looking like you're heartbroken, right? And I think this person says, I can't do anything about it. Because I literally am. Hi, Joe. That's kind of weird to say to people. You're welcome in the live chat. Like, hang out, get to know some of the cool people in the live chat. But, like, don't do that. Hello, MKG. How you doing? Hello, is it Nathaniel? Oops. Don't worry, Nathaniel. I recognize you. I just almost called you Nathan, and then I would feel bad because I don't know if you actually like that shortened version. I'd be like, if you're like, that's okay, Car. Well, Tiana calls me that, to be fair. Hello, Nat. How we doing? Happy Friday. Wow, we have another Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, as you can see, even though the art is different in these two decks, it's about holding back. This is my toy, you can't play with it. This is my money, you can't have it. Or these are my emotions and I don't want to show them. I'm really upset and I don't want to be around other people. The Four of Pentacles is our King of Swords, Magician in the reverse. The person who's like, I don't know what to do. Like, this isn't normally how things go. I don't normally struggle to, like, get back out there. I thought I had, you know, walked away from that connection early enough because I didn't want a relationship. The Hierophant in the reverse. I thought I was just fine because I didn't get into too committed a mode with that person. I didn't invest too much, but yet here I am. I'm still thinking about that person. I'm still thinking about how things could go if I were to go back and talk to them and admit those feelings. So this friend is like, okay, so you are heartbroken, basically. I'm not getting that this is going to be somebody who offers a ton of support for the King of Swords, but I think they're at least helping the King of Swords acknowledge, like, no, this is actually, like, me missing a person, and maybe I need to do something about this. Hurting you was never my intention, but now it's hurting me too. Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this not so great conversation and not super emotionally aware conversation with a friend helps the King of Swords identify, I'm moody, I'm frustrated, I keep thinking about this person, I don't want to hang. I'm basically Bridget Jones. Bring on the sweater. Wasn't it with like Rudolph on it or something? Or was that Colin Firth's sweater? I can't remember. So bad. This is someone saying, okay, yeah, no, actually, I'm probably kind of missing this person. And I wish I had handled it better. Ten of Swords. Temperance. But the reality is I pushed away a person that I think is actually like my soulmate. Interesting because I'm rewatching Yellow Jackets, and I don't think I'll spoil anything by saying there is a young love that has a similar experience where it's like, I feel like I'm in love, it's a little bit scary, so I'm going to push you away, do something stupid, and then I'm going to be really like upset about how I handled the situation. Like there's this, I did it wrong, but now what do I do? Anger at oneself for this King of Swords. And I think for a long time, they were pretty comfortable with just being kind of like not great towards people, right? Hello, Seven Waves. How are you doing? Yes, it is a general. It's a good show. How did I learn this? I don't know, man. I feel like in tarot, you need to know how to appreciate what the cards themselves mean. I feel like you also probably have to have gone through some pretty difficult things to be able to align them with what, you know, the messages that's coming through. It takes a lot of time. So we have the Fool. Maybe I should do something crazy. Maybe I should just tell this person I want them. Look, if this is somebody who is like a little bit of a flirt on social media, or like they would never put somebody as their boyfriend or girlfriend and let everybody see it, they're willing to do something like that. They're like, I'll go to the mountaintop and get everybody out there like, I love Billy. That's another silly name. Sorry. If your name's Billy, I like saying that as my example. I don't know why. We've got the Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so I kind of called that at the beginning. Page of Cups in the reverse is that sadness. The, like, longing they feel for the Star, the Queen of Cups, the person that they love. And the Moon in the reverse. Huh. Well, that's not entirely great. So this is somebody who feels like, okay, yes, I am heartbroken. I do need to find a way to see this Queen of Cups. I miss them too much. By the way, the Queen of Cups does not need to be a woman, and the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, that does not need to be a man. These are just energies that I'm reading, right? How are you doing, Marcus? I hope it's a good weekend for you. I would just remind you, Marcus, I get a little bit weary with some of the well, I'm gonna do it. Go up to 200. Like I want to answer questions that are helpful for financial security, but I also have to be a little bit cautious because I don't think my spirit guides like it very much when there's any kind of like money to be made kind of things like that. I'm a little bit worried that this King of Swords is like only 75% understanding what's going on in the situation in terms of, I know I need to come back around, or I know I need to say something because I can't get this person off my mind. But it's like they feel like they have to be tricky about it, or they feel like they have to be a little bit dishonest. I don't like this. All right. We'll get a few from the Voyage of the Soul. Thank you, Marcus. Hello, Kumar. Hello, Edwin. Thank you. No, Samuel, that's not the appropriate request for this kind of live chat. Also, do you really think I have much? Like, are you looking to be unimpressed? Because I feel like you can find that all over on YouTube. What else do we have? Indulge and flow. Laughter, pleasure, bliss, vacation, escape, rebel, and breath, effortless, glide, easy, calm. They feel like this is your energy. Like being around you is effortless or easy, that you're the type of person that makes people laugh. They're thinking about all of these like charming qualities that you possess, and it's like, why did I think that wasn't good enough for a commitment? Why did I, waste my time looking for red flags? So they're starting to be a little bit more honest with themselves about you, about the connection, and about what they should do. Hello, Ruben. How are you doing? Yeah. We've got intimacy, partnerships, romance, union, and soulmates. I feel like you're my soulmate, but I didn't know how to handle it. I'm used to being, kind of dismissive, or I'm used to just being single. They didn't know what to do about this. Okay. I don't know. I feel like that's part of what they're exaggerating on. Like, what is that term? There's a term, and I feel like Rachel's helped me figure this out in the past on a reading, where someone claims, like, I don't know how to do this because they don't want to do it. Like, I don't know how to do the dishes right, so you probably have to, do it for me or teach me, and then I don't have to do it. Okay, don't worry about it, Marcus. We will still see what Papa B's opinion is. Thank you. It's a good day so far, Ruben. It's supposed to be warmer today. I'm excited. I've turned into a bit of a wuss when it comes to cold. Oh my. We have the sexuality card, the smexuality. Sensuous, passion, kundalini, sacred sex, primal, and carnal. So I think this is someone who just thought it was about the physical intimacy. And I don't think they realized that they had emotional desires as well. I don't think they realized how much they would appreciate or enjoy the like softer side, the I can rely on you, or I can talk to you about things, or you make me feel like it's okay to just be myself. I don't have to put on any kind of act. They're realizing that it was much more than just appreciating your physical looks. It's also about your inner beauty. Beginnings, try again, new direction, start over, and withdrawn, single, lonely, solitary. So while you're busy starting things over and pursuing a new direction, potentially even a new partner, this King of Swords has been just sticking to themselves, not interested in hanging out with friends or meeting new people romantically or, you know, one night stand vibes. Okay. So this friend of the King of Swords who's like, hey, what's going on here? Why aren't you hanging out with us? Why are you being all like, you know, heartbroken over there? I feel like there is some chatter amongst the social community that I'm kind of surprised that person actually wants something serious. I'm kind of surprised that this person is not just like all about, I can't say that. Can I call it the garden tool tango? Can I create that new saying? What do you mean you actually want to be in a relationship? That's weird. You like love and stuff now? I thought you were just trying to get as many notches as you could. This could be someone who's realizing that their friend group isn't necessarily helpful in their pursuit of happiness. Okay, so here's the issue. We have this King of Swords who's probably been a part of a social dynamic, probably close friends, kind of like Sex in the City, where we talk about, you know, what's going on. We talk about our relationships, or we talk about our dates, or we talk about, you know, our frustrations. But there's also, sorry to kind of put that show in this light, but there's also some negativity that comes from this group as far as maybe, oh, you did something that I wouldn't have done, but because you're my friend, I'm gonna like back you up on it or say that's what I would have done too. Encouraging kind of immature behavior. And so we have this friend or group of friends advising the King of Swords, yo, if you like actually want something serious with that person because you have actually fallen in love with them, then you got to do something to get back into their inner circle or into their sphere. But you're going to have to use some sort of trickery. You got to like lie a little bit or just make this up or say that you were doing that. Their advice stinks, okay? It's like, hey, you know what? If you're in love with someone, why not start it off by completely lying about why you were avoiding the commitment? Why not lie about whether or not you've been out here on the dating apps? Like, they want an apology, or they're encouraging an apology towards this Queen of Cups, but they're encouraging dishonesty. And I think this King of Swords is at a little bit of an impasse. Do I write my own approach to this and acknowledge that these people are probably not the right, like, experts on the matter? Or do I fumble because I listen to them, you know? Hello, J Mark. How are you doing? Hello, Ems. How's your day? Oh, my favorite troll. What's up, Vaccinator? Vaccinate anyone today? Hello, Sal. Yeah, I want to be clear that this is not attacking any particular gender, which is part of the reason I chose the Sex and the City example, because being a woman, I have seen plenty examples of women who act like this and are like, you don't love him. Just like, F him. I can't say some of the things that I want to say right now. It's like, sometimes you have to really assess the energy that can happen in a group of friends when people are more interested in backing you up than highlighting what you could do differently or calling out something that probably needs to change. If you're the type of friend that can tell your best friend when they need to change their behavior, you're awesome in my book. If you're just going to be like, yeah, you tell them, screw those people. You're just, gonna do the high school thing. That's so two-dimensional. Like, I don't know. How are you gonna progress in that, So I think this King of Swords is put in a bit of a crossroads situation where they have to decide, am I gonna continue to act like the friends that I have that I kind of know aren't really acting right? Or am I going to like actually change and do something different here because I've fallen in love with this Queen of Cups? I love it when they answer my question right away. Lesson learned. Lucky break. So we've got someone here who's just like, I know what I have to do. I want to be around this Queen of Cups. This is the person who made me feel good about myself and also helped me to be a better version of myself. And I don't really want to be hanging out with these people that I can't really trust to even give me good advice. Now I'm hearing you're all just merchant bankers. Yeah. So I'm proud of this person. This King of Swords is turning it around. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to probably walk away from this friendship group and realize that what I really want, oh, 0 to 60, huh? Going from non-committal to let's start a family. Yeah. This is someone who's really letting go of the influences around them and identifying that they do like playing home with you, or they do like having that person they can rely on. They're doing some research, and I feel like this is self-help. So they're looking into what they need to fix. They're looking into, what kinds of things they need to understand about your love language, or what they could do differently as far as communication. I will tell you one thing that has really helped me over the years is remembering that when you're talking about how you feel in an argument, if you start your conversation or you start your sentence with, I feel that when you say this, it makes me feel sad, as opposed to you're a jerk. If you talk about how you feel, no one can tell you that you're wrong because it's how you feel. If you're able to avoid making it about how someone else is and more so about how the situation is making you feel, then it seems more so like you can actually address it, as opposed to like, you're just an awful person and I'll never like being around you. Whenever I'm like fake mad at someone in the family, I say I take back everything nice I ever said about you, because I once like earnestly said that to my brother when he was kicking my ass in a card game. And yeah, I think we have someone realizing I've got to let go of the immature energy that has been kind of dictating how I live my life or how I view my life, and acknowledge that this person that I've fallen in love with, maybe they were placed in my life for a reason so that I could kind of grow up a little bit, right? Hello, is it Aquarius? How are you doing? Thank you, Sal. Hello, Javier. How are you doing? Hello, Tracy. How's your day? Yep, exactly. Good morning, Eric. Very impressed for your age. What does that mean? We're going to do personal questions, y'all. So we're on Marcus. Is silver going to go up to $200? No. Five of Pentacles, Emperor, and the Moon in the reverse. It's not, at least not in the near future, because these times is rough for some of those elements right now. And I feel like it has to do with instability in the economy and people assuming the worst in a situation. I feel like someone says something, they're not informed about it, and it sets everybody freaking out. So what do they call it? Like a sell-off? I don't know. I feel like people get... I'm picturing like a horse who, what do they say, starts easily or like gets scared easily. Like you make one little noise and they like snort and like run around and like, ah! I would say there's going to be some difficult numbers for silver. Is there an opinion from Papa B regarding this situation? The Tower. Yeah, so caution. Proceed with caution. Because people are not going to necessarily see this one coming. And it's going to take a long time to recover. So, yeah, I think there's going to be some fear that escalates. Hey, James, how you doing? You're welcome, Marcus. In the UK? That's awesome. I've always wanted to go. I had a little bit of an obsession. I don't know, should I say I still have one? With Queen Elizabeth I. And I suppose just like the Tudors. But even like the War of the Roses. Okay. Let's put this one back. I'm glad to hear it, James. That sounds like an interesting one, so I'm going to do it. For entertainment purposes only, okay, you guys? Are the sextillions finally changing our 3D reality? Yes. This is literally coming through as like an exchange. Knight of Cups. I mean, I feel like there's good intentions here. You know, thankfully it doesn't seem to be anything like the episode from Twilight Zone where the definition of serving men was called into question. Oh, have you done that, Tracy? That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. History is an important thing, I suppose, to understand, right? Ooh, let's find out for you, Marcus. Thank you for the tip. What happened to Papa Silver? Ten of Cups in the reverse. I feel like that means someone took it out of its place. Six of Wands in the reverse. A failure of security. A loss. Yeah, I think someone took it. Because we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse as well. So Ten of Cups in the reverse, Six of Swords, sorry, Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Will it be recovered? No. Has someone sold it? They still have it. They didn't sell it. They still have it. But I don't know that you'll be able to get it. Will there be consequences? How do I say this? I feel like there's an unexpected falling out in a family situation or perhaps even in a romantic connection. The person who took the silver gets found out by someone close to them. The way I'm seeing it is like a spouse finding this, asking where it came from, connecting the dots, realizing you stole that from somebody. And that causes a problem. It may even end a relationship or end a friendship. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is someone who removed the silver and hid it at their own place. Somewhere where they felt like no one would find it. Yeah, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. You know what? It's been a while since I used the little baby OG. I say OG because, you know, everything's based on this, but this is the Waitsmith. Aquarius is saying, is Maria and I, is your timeline finally aligning before February ends, huh? Is the timeline for Aquarius and Maria finally aligning before the end of the month? Yes. The Star. There's something fated, divine timing. It is, however, predicated upon a decision. So, you know, be on your best behavior this month. You don't want to do anything to hurt your karma. This is like, keep the peace. If you keep on keeping on the way that you've been keeping on, then you're going to be able to keep on with Maria. Six of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Swords. I feel like in particular, there's advice here for you, Aquarius, that says, do not be hanging out with people that you know are going to make problems for you. There is someone here who is, it's like even though they fail, even though they get into trouble, even though they get caught, it's like they still somehow like sidestep the consequences. But the people around them are not always so lucky. If you are associating with this person, there could be an obstacle for you and the Maria timeline. That is a lot, Marcus. Holy buckets. Yeah, I think someone finds it or finds out about it. I don't know. Well, let me just ask, did they sell part of it? They've been asking about it because they feel like now they have to. But they wanted to wait a little bit. They felt like they had to wait to avoid suspicion. But there's already somebody, or there's about to be somebody who's like, I can't believe you did that. How could you do that? I mean, it is pretty messed up, you know? All things considered. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and thank you for checking out my candles on Etsy. Doodles.